Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO 8 Local News. Members of the Harrison Parks and Recreation Commission are scheduled to appear before Harrison Alderman tonight, asking for some financial considerations. Commissioners have been making plans to approach the City Council with a request for additional funding, especially after unexpected repairs to the swimming pool at the Youth Center earlier this year. The city gives the Parks Department an allocation of funding each year, but the Parks Commission operates the departments autonomously from the City Council. Also during the meeting, Commissioner Jeff Hurlbut told other commissioners that the department also needs to look at funding for the future of the department. Hurlbut presented commissioners with a list of assets in the department which are valued at $1.6 million, but replacement cost for those items would be about $2.3 million if done today. Hurlbut encouraged all commissioners available to attend the City Council committee meeting tonight at 6 p.m. The Green Forest City Council met in regular session this week for their monthly meeting. Green Forest is undergoing a lot of infrastructure improvements and upgrades, and there was discussion in length about both of those. The improvements to the Green Forest Square, including sidewalks, is on hold until the 6th Street sidewalk is completed. The city reviewed a $100,000 grant from the state for walking trail and benches for Lamar Park, and work will begin very soon. And at its regular monthly meeting this week, the Yellville City Council approved a bidding plan to procure a new trash pickup provider. Representatives from the Northwest Arkansas Economic Development District will handle the bidding process. They will assist the bidders and make a recommendation to the council. Yellville's current contract with IESI will expire at the end of October. Yellville Mayor Sean Lane told council members that he has no complaints with the current trash service provider, and that the bidding is necessary only because the contract ends in October. The mayor went on to say that he has received calls from companies in places like Little Rock and Benton. When the closing of the neighbor's landfill in 2012, Lane explained trash pickup service has become a big business in the area. A 9th travel-related case of the mosquito-borne Zika virus has been confirmed in an Arkansas resident, according to the state's Department of Health. Marcia DeClaro, Director of Health Communications, says the resident, whose identity has not been released, had recently traveled to the Caribbean. Details regarding the date of that trip was not immediately available. Last week, department officials confirmed the 8th travel-related case of the Zika virus in Arkansas, also in a resident who had recently visited the Caribbean. The first in-state case was reported in January. The virus is spread through mosquito bites and sexual contact between a male and his partner, and pregnant women who contract Zika are most at risk for complications. Well, Tyson Foods Incorporated has presented Arkansas Tech University with a $67,000 grant that will allow the institution to fight hunger within its own population. The grant will assist in the creation of the Green and Gold Cupboard. The new pantry will provide access to meals for Arkansas Tech students, faculty members, and staff members facing food insecurity. The registered student organization at Arkansas Tech, Because We Can, led the grant application process. One of the next steps in Because We Can fight against food insecurity at Arkansas Tech will be a campus survey that will seek to determine what percentage of the campus population is food insecure. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region. But first, here's this week's closing livestock report from Sammy Klein, brought to you by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte.
This is Sammy Klein, Federal State Livestock Market News Service, reporting sales in North Arkansas livestock auction in Green Forest for Wednesday, August 10th. Gather receipts, 1,046. Last week, 496. Year ago, 391. Compared to last week, feeder steers $2 to $6 higher. Feeder heifers $3 to $8 higher. Feeder bulls steady to $4 higher. Slaughter cows steady to weak. Slaughter bulls steady. Feeder steers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, 190 to 204. 4 to 500 pounds, 161 to 182. 5 to 600 pounds, 150 to 160. 6 to 700 pounds, 146 to 150, 50. 750 pound, 138 to 145. 8 to 900 pounds, a few at 135 to 137. Has some loads at 7 to 750 pound cattle, bring 154 and a quarter to 155 and a quarter. Feeder heifers, medium large ones, 3/4 pound, 152 to 165. 4 to 500 pound, 143 to 160. 5 to 600 pound, 132 to 151. 6 to 700 pound, 132 to 140. A few 700 pound at 133 to 137.50. Replacement cows, medium large ones and 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,300 pounds second stage, 1,100 to 1,300 per head. Some 7 to 10-year-old cows, second and third stage, 850 to 1285 per head. Cow calf pairs, medium large ones and 2. At two older cows, weighing 1,500 pounds with a 100 to 250 pound head is out of 1,550 per pair. Slaughter cows, boners, 70 to 76. High dress, 77 to 84.50. Lean, 67 to 75. High dress, 75 to 83. Low dress, 62 to 66. Slaughter bulls, grade 1s and 2s, 1,100 pounds, 90 to 97. High dress, 101 to 108. That's Mark today. Sammy Fine reporting. Thank you.
Saving you money is what they do best at Edwards Grocery, and this week's specials really do that. Selected varieties, Michelinas or Zappas frozen entrees, only 79 cents. Whole fryers, only 79 cents per pound. USDA ground beef, only $1.59 per pound of the family pack. Extra large seedless California green or red grapes, only 99 cents per pound. And best choice hardwood or mesquite charcoal briquettes, only $3.99 in the 20-pound bag.
Edwards Grocery Station money.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Ananias, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
The man suspected of shooting 2 law enforcement officers, killing one and wounding the other, also shot a police robot and a police dog. Sebastian County Sheriff Bill Hollenbach says 34-year-old Billy Monroe Jones shot and disabled the robot that was being used to confirm Jones was inside the home where he was holding officers at bay. Hollenbach said the police dog was shot during the gunfire and ran from the scene as its handler and other officers scrambled for cover. The sheriff said the dog apparently ran into a heavily wooded area nearby and had not been found as of news time. Killed in the shooting was Deputy Bill Cooper. Hollenbach said Hackett Police Chief Darrell Spells had superficial wounds as well after apparently being grazed by one of the many bullets. Police say a North Carolina woman has died after she was shot over the weekend at a gas station in North Little Rock. North Little Rock police officials say 39-year-old Amy Ashley of Raleigh, North Carolina, died Tuesday from her injuries following the Saturday shooting at a Valero gas station just off of Interstate 30 Bridge in downtown North Little Rock. Ashley, the police report shows that officers found Ashley inside her SUV suffering from numerous gunshot wounds. Authorities are still searching for a suspect and a motive in that shooting. A former Arkansas woman's prison chaplain accused of coercing inmates into sex has been sentenced to 5 years in prison. Prosecuting attorney Henry Boyce says 67-year-old Kenneth DeWitt pled guilty in July to 3 counts of sexual assault. DeWitt used to be a prison chaplain at the Arkansas Department of Corrections McPherson Women's Unit. He resigned in September of 2014 after acknowledging a sexual relationship with a subordinate in the chaplain's office. A subsequent Arkansas State Police investigation uncovered 3 female inmates with whom DeWitt had sexual relations while he was chaplain. A federal prosecutor say a former Arkansas Circuit Judge bribery conviction could be affirmed and his prison sentence should begin. A court document released this week also says a federal appeals court should also revoke Michael Magoo's appeal bond because he can't demonstrate evidence that should keep him from reporting to prison as scheduled. Magoo pled guilty in January of 2015, admitted he accepted campaign donations from a nursing home company over 2 days before reducing a jury award against the company by millions of dollars. Magoo later filed an appeal of his conviction, saying that he should have been allowed to withdraw his guilty plea. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Arkansas officials are celebrating the opening of a $200 million, 210-mile pipeline that will transport gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel into the state. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson joined other top elected officials Wednesday to mark the start of the Magdalene Midstream Partners pipeline system from Fort Smith to Little Rock. The pipeline became operational on July 5th and has a capacity to transport 75,000 barrels per day. Magdalene officials say their pipeline system also has several safety features, including devices to check for any defects and real-time monitoring. Before we take a look at the changing weather forecast as we head on into the weekend, here's the way the stock market ended today.
You're at the party, having a great time. Your kids are on the dance floor, shaking it for all they're worth. Then you hear it.
That word that even your children know better than to use. Yeah, that word. So you think, doesn't the DJ know better? Man, my kids heard that. I'm Matt Duncan. I own and operate Artistry Entertainment DJ service. I'm also a daddy. We never play questionable lyrics when kids are present. Ever. ArtistryEntertainment.rocks. Yes, we get paid to party, and we take it seriously.
A very hot, muggy day here in the Ozarks with a heat advisory in effect by the National Weather Service until 9 p.m. this evening. The temperatures swirling from 93 to 100 degrees with the heat indices this afternoon. Well, we've got a couple more days of fairly warm weather, and then we're going to get a major cool down as we head into the weekend and the first part of next week. Looks like on Friday, another fairly warm day, very humid out there under partly cloudy skies. Thunderstorms expected in the area in the morning hours, 91 degrees and 60% chance of rainfall. Heading into the weekend on Saturday, thunderstorms in effect throughout the day, about 90% chance of rain and 81 degrees for an afternoon high. And then the bottom falls out of it on Sunday. Thunderstorms in the area, but a cold front moving through the state, 74 degrees for an afternoon high on Sunday, 90% chance of rain. And then we kick off the work week about the same on Monday, 73 degrees, 90% chance of rain, and 76 degrees on Tuesday with thunderstorms in the area and about 80% chance you might see some rainfall. So definitely a big cool down of about 20 degrees over the weekend as this cold front slides through the central part of the United States and the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico kind of collide over that, which is typical for big thunderstorms to happen, and that's what they're expecting in the Central Plains over the weekend. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Spring has already started at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. The ladies at Sisters have created some beautiful spring floral arrangements, and new home accent items are arriving daily. You'll also find a great selection of centerpieces, unique birdhouses, wall decor, and many other great gift items. Come by and check out the many Razorback items on display. From handcrafted metalware, dinnerware, serving pieces, tabletop items, and cooking utensils, Sisters has just the right item for any occasion. Catch the spring fever at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
North Arkansas College cares. Did you know they have a food pantry for students, tutoring services, financial and career coaching, and a career clothing closet? And North Ark tuition is one of the lowest in the state. Enroll this fall and get the support you need. Exciting faculty, small classes, and affordable tuition are all examples that show students North Ark cares.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. Classes begin August 15th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Entering the second year of men's soccer in the Great American Conference, the two programs that meet for the inaugural GAC tournament title, Oklahoma Baptist and Ouachita, will begin the 2016 season as the co-favorites following a vote of the league's four coaches. The Tigers won the regular season title in 2015 with a 4-1-1 record in league play. In front of their home fans, Ouachita turned in a shutout victory against Southern Nazarene and the Bisons to add the tournament title to their season resume. In their first year of Division II play, the Bison posted a 3-3 record in the GAC games. Vincent Costello garnered the Player of the Year honor, and David Estrada received the Defensive Player of the Year award. The 2016 GAC soccer season begins on Thursday, September the 1st, with Harding facing Dallas Baptist. More than 2,000 Sunbelt Conference student-athletes were named to the 2015-16 Commissioners List and Academic Honor Roll as announced by the league office, with A-State accounting for 170 of the honorees. The Commissioners List honors student-athletes who maintain a 3.5 grade point average or better during the academic year. The Red Wolves have seen their academic performance reach an all-time high during the last 3 years, including a 3.07 all-department GPA in the fall of 2015. Alabama has cleared the way for defensive back Maurice Smith to transfer within the Southeastern Conference. The other school will have to apply for a waiver from the SEC. Smith has been trying to follow former Alabama assistants Kirby Smart and Mel Tucker to Georgia, but was blocked from moving to another SEC school. A statement from the SEC says the league doesn't comment on such waiver request, but they are reviewed in a case-by-case basis. Smith was a first-team nickelback for the Tide during the spring season. Matt Carpenter, Johnny Peralta homered to back up a second straight dominant start by Jamie Garcia as the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Cincinnati Reds 3-2 on Wednesday night. Carpenter's homer in the first inning was his second leadoff home run of the season and 11th of his career. It was also Carpenter's second career homer against the Red starter Anthony Delfsfalco. Peralta's solo homer in the fourth was the 200th of his career. Son Han Oh earned his 10th save. Lorenzo Cain's two-out single in the 14th inning scored Christian Collin from second base, and the Kansas City Royals beat the Chicago White Sox 3-2 on Wednesday night. Collin opened the inning with a single, and Paulo Orlando sacrificed him to second. Cain laced a single to center to score Collin, ending the 4-hour, 34-minute game, which is the longest by the Royals this season. Dylan Gee, the eighth Kansas City pitcher, struck out 3 in 2 perfect innings to pick up the victory. Matt Albers was charged with the loss. Well, that wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around our viewing area.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television.